Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's been a couple of weeks. So, hey, I have my beautiful daughter with us today. Everybody say hello, Michelle.
Hey.
I'm expecting all these hello in live. But yeah, Brendan's on vacation. He does say hi to everybody, and he wants to say that he will be here as soon as he can. He's just out visiting family, and so here we are. And we're back. We're trying to be anyway, at least for this week. So Christmas is going to be a little bit wonky. It may not always be on Wednesdays. We'll try to come on every week if we can. It's just this season is going to be a little bit, who knows what's going on. So at least until Brandon gets back, at least until after New Year. So expect next couple of weeks to be a little bit off, but you guys know that I will post for sure either way. And it's Michelle and I both have kind of been through a little bit of it's been a tough couple of months. Let's just say that. First of all, we had my mom passed away, and then my father passed away just a week ago. So it's been tough year. Yeah. And one of my aunts actually passed away in between the two of them. So that, just another thing. But anyway, one of the things that I did notice this week, so there's some interesting energy going on. And you guys, before we get into anything actually too, I just wanted to say, be kind to Michelle today. It's been a while since she's been back. And we do have all your questions.
I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, exactly.
I do the best I can, but be kind to me. It's been a while.
Be kind. Anyway, we do have all of your questions, all of your names and stuff. We will probably, take a couple of minute break just so that we can get everything organized and everything. Thank you so much, everybody. Your words, your kindness, your patience, everything has meant an awful lot to me. I truly appreciate it. It has been a tough, couple of months. So we're getting by. We're doing it. But it's interesting because one of the things that I noticed this last couple of weeks, I guess, maybe this last week for sure, is right now there's a lot of, I think we're also kind of in between two eclipses. Oh, thank you, Sandra. We love you guys too. Like, thank you. Again, we truly appreciate all the words and kindness that you guys have, given to not only us, but the show. But this last week, I noticed something interesting, and I feel like it, we are in a couple of, like we've got the full moon coming up. We've got all kinds of energy coming up again, as this year has been. But one of the things I noticed, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed it, is there's been a lot of solar plexus triggering going on. And it, it's not always a bad thing, but it is definitely noticeable. Or at least I've noticed it. and it's interesting because I'll be watching something, or I hear something, or something comes to mind or whatever. And it's almost as though the solar plexus, so if you guys don't know where that is in the stomach area. It's almost as though the solar plexus is asking us to release it. It's like a tightening, or where you're feeling really uncomfortable all of a sudden, or you might feel kind of being like you're triggered by something, or something is upsetting you, or just making you super uncomfortable. And I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticed it. Have you noticed any like that? Anything like, yeah. And it's been like
that's just
last
always
week.
How I feel. Doesn't everyone else just feel like that all the time?
Well, I've really noticed it like this last few days, or this last week or something. And it's interesting because it really, what it's really doing though is it's asking us to release a lot of this energy, but it's also really tuning us into, again, our intuition. This has been a very intuitive type of year, like something that, it's that time to really, it's like that year that we really need to start paying attention to, just things going on, maybe our own circumstances, maybe things that are coming towards us for a reason. And it's something that when that hits, so I noticed it the other day. I was watching something on TV, something silly, and all of a sudden I just felt like really triggered, and I was getting a lot of like triggering, things in my stomach, and I literally had to shut off the TV. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, why am I getting triggered by this? And then I kind of just sat there and I let myself breathe into the the whole energy, and I felt it dissipating, and I felt a lot better afterwards. And I realized this is just things that are coming up. Maybe we're just unpacking old baggage, or unpacking, whatever it is that we need to let go of, things that are just coming there for that reason of releasing. I'm so sorry to hear that you were sick, Cassandra. She said she had the flu and bronchitis back to back. I'm so sorry to hear that. But yeah, but also too, is sometimes we can get sick, especially when we're holding on to a lot of negative energy. That is one of the symptoms that sometimes can occur with things that are going on around us in, a negative fashion. And it's almost as though our body is holding in the tension. It's holding. And then sometimes when that tension starts to release, we will feel, that sickness come up. It's like our body is reacting. It's almost to that point sometimes where we can't react at the time that the stress is happening. And then as soon as the stress lets go, we get sick, or, something happens like within our bodies. Right. And that's a normal response. But again, sometimes we just get, sorry, I just have to get rid of this comment and block this user. So hang on a second. My apologies.
I was going to mention grief is something that definitely doesn't have a timeline, like I feel like with all of the different losses and different things that hit you in your life, you don't always get to be sad when you want to be sad. It kind of, a lot of things will bottle up and just come out when you don't expect them to. So I think that's also another thing that's happening for sure.
Yeah, and it sometimes can just hit you where you're just you're not expecting it, right? So it just happens. Guys, I just want to let you know that Michelle cannot see the Facebook comments, or if you're commenting on the I Want to Believe channel. So if you do want a reading, make sure that you are on the Oracle Intuitions page on YouTube so that she can see your comments, and because otherwise she cannot see what's going on. So we're going to be getting into the reading soon. Guys, as you know, I'm here by myself tonight. So, be patient with me and be patient with Michelle. And I know you guys will. We truly appreciate it. Please. So we're just going to, I'm just going to go into take a little bit of a break here for a minute. We're just going to, and then we'll be right back. We're going to get right into the readings. We're not going to be babbling here for too much longer. So we just want to make sure that, sorry guys, I'm trying to read the comments at the same time. We just want to make sure that we have everything in order. We're all ready to go for you guys. So we will be right back. Please, you know what, guys, also too, make sure that you click like on, the YouTube channel here. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you're subscribed, because we cannot do the readings off of Facebook or the I Want to Believe channel, because Michelle does not see those and she can't put you into the queue. So make sure you come over to the I Want to Believe channel. Also, I do have gift certificates. If you are looking for a personal reading, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com or through Facebook and my Instagram. If you're wanting a gift certificate for your loved ones, just send me a message and I will send that gift certificate to your email, which you can either print out or you can just send to somebody electronically. And my prices are all on my website or on my Facebook page, but you can just contact me personally. So we will be right back and we'll get started on the readings right away. Hello, we are back. Michelle is going to stay off camera for right now, just because it's hard to concentrate on two things at the same time, especially when you're trying to be on camera and you're trying to answer all the
It's hard to look at my phone and be on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys don't want to see me looking down to reply.
Exactly. So I'm actually just going to put the order that we have everything on right now. I'm just going to put it up onto the screen just to make it a little bit easier here. Hang on a second. Okay. And
it looks like an affiliation to the Dreamcatcher account.
Oh yeah, I got that one. Brandon let me know that it was sent to him. No worries, Andrea. We got
it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just wanted to get some confirmation on that. Awesome.
No worries. Yeah. All right. So I believe Kay is first. What is Kay's question?
Kay's question. I believe, and I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit, but Kay was curious who is going to be the one to become jealous in the relationship.
Okay. I believe
what that future looks like.
Okay. So I did read some of your question, Kay, ahead of time. And all right. So here's the thing. First of all, I don't believe that it would be you that's getting jealous. I feel here's what I'm getting with the energy that's coming in at the moment. I really feel like you're going to be at a place where you're going to be more balanced, emotionally, and really have a good understanding of the dynamics that are going to be going on within this relationship with your future wife, okay, or with the person that could be coming in or maybe coming in. When I say maybe coming in, again, I only say that simply because of the fact of allowing. Like, if we want to be with that person, it's going to be our choice to be with that person. Nothing is set in stone. But what I'm getting here is there's going to have to be decisions that are going to be made off of your, I guess, your own energy. And I feel that you're going to be in a place of that balance to bring that in. Now, I feel it's going to be really important to truly follow your heart. Okay. I'm really getting here this energy of not being in a place where you allow somebody to come close to you simply for the fact of being, lonely, or being in a place of just wanting to have somebody in your life. I feel like your next step is going to be, here's the thing. We can always have casual relationships if we choose. We don't have to, be with that person, for the rest of our life. But what I'm getting here is that it's going to be really up to you to follow what your heart is saying. And I'm just reading your question here. What is the scenario that will happen that psychics keep telling me? So again, I really feel that this is going to be a personal choice. I did read your question from earlier. I just want to kind of go over it a second here. Just give me 1 minute because I had it here.
Kay has been told someone may intervene in their future relationship with their wife. And in the second part of the question, one of us will get jealous, is what they've been told, and it will cause a temporary breakup. Can you tap into that future scenario was more the question. And see if it's my ex or if I'll be the one who gets upset and jealous.
Again, I don't feel that you would be you that's going to be upset and jealous. I'm really getting here from your guides. Okay. So I don't know who told you something so specifically, because what I'm really getting from this, scenario is it's kind of, when people tell you stuff like that, it's kind of setting up a story that may or may not happen. And I feel like if you're in a place of being balanced within yourself and knowing what it is that you're wanting to bring in as far as a relationship goes, then this scenario doesn't need to happen. And I really get here, the possibility of it could happen, but only if you're in that place where you're going to allow it to happen. So people can only interfere or intervene within a relationship if we allow that energy to come through. So if we're entertaining the possibility or the notion of somebody else that's what really draws in that energy of being jealous or being in this place of somebody getting upset. So you're going to have to be in a place where you just, stop that. If you do see some sort of possibility of somebody that's trying to interfere or intervene in a relationship, that's where you have to step in and cut it out. I do feel it would be the other person that would be jealous rather than you. Okay. But I don't feel that you're going to be in this place of really entertaining another relationship. It may be just friendly or casual conversation or, something like that. But I do feel that, again, this is really going to be your choice. It's not going to be up to the psychics, or it's not going to be up to, you can change that energy. Okay. And when you're asking why are they going to be jealous? Well, they may be jealous. Here's the thing. A solid relationship is not going to have jealousy in it. Right? That's the bottom line. A solid relationship where there's open communication, where there's feelings, where you're open, with what you have to say, with the communication, all of that stuff, then there's not going to be a reason to be jealous. And that's the thing that you're going to have to be, very aware of. So let's say you are married and an ex does come in, be open about it to the person that you're with. Just be open about it and say, look, you know what? This person is talking to me. Do you want to be a part of the conversation? Do you want to, see all the messages? How do you feel that I should proceed forward with this communication? If they say, hey, look, I'm not into this. This isn't cool for me. Okay. Because that's really up to us. And it's going to be, that's what a partnership is. Okay. So somebody trying to intervene, they can only intervene if you allow them to intervene. There may be that possibility of somebody coming through, but again, I don't feel that this is something that is a definite of any sort. This is going to be somewhere where there's a lack of that communication or a lack of that trust that can build within a relationship. Yeah.
Go ahead. I completely agree. I feel like what might be intervening is the idea that someone is going to intervene, because it could happen, but looking for it when it's not there, or expecting it to happen if there is no absolute. I think preparing for it by just being ready to have a conversation and just reminding yourself to be gentle is the best you can do, because at the end of the day, someone's emotions are their own. So you can just do your best to present that there is no reason to be jealous if they are the right person, who you're with.
The other thing is a lot of people, we tend to jump to conclusions. We also tend to, be, as Kay's saying, I was nervous of her ex trying to get back with her. That's something that, again, is going to have to come through honest, and open communication. And if you feel that somebody isn't being honest about something, you're going to have to take a step back and, analyze the situation of that relationship. But again, it's also, if you feel that you can't trust that person, then why are you with the person? Right? Like, if you're nervous that their ex might show up, or if they're going to be intervening or interfering in the relationship, that's something that you may want to, set ahead of time. So what do your guides say about the whole thing? I'm telling you, that's exactly what I'm hearing from your guides. Usually when I give messages, again, what I'm getting from your guides is the fact that you can change the situation without it having to even occur. The only way that it can occur is if you allow it to occur. Okay, if that makes any sense. It really comes down to manifestation too. So if you're sitting there and you're looking into the future going, what if their ex appears and all of that stuff? You're kind of manifesting that. You're kind of creating that. And so you have to be very cautious of that energy that you're putting out. If you're putting out that you're wanting a balanced, nurturing, loving, open communication relationship, that's where it's going to be. I'm not really getting any energy as to whether it's your ex or again their ex, because I'm not really getting much about them. So I'm just, what I'm getting from your guides is, if you decide to create the situation, that would be what you're creating. If you want to, again, put out the energy of what it is that you want, that's what you should be focusing in on. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some clarity. Remember that when psychics tell us stuff, we have to be in a place of, we are still in charge of our destiny, no matter who tells us that. Even your guides coming in, it's your choice as to what it is that you want to do. They'll be there. And I mean, if it's something is supposed to be, I guess, let's say the words destined or fated or something, it will keep coming around. It's kind of like but it's usually more in lessons than it is in, certain things. It- it's kind of like, let's say somebody wanted to do the job of healthcare, okay? Or they keep getting drawn to healthcare in some way. That job might keep coming up and coming up and coming up and coming up. So what I'm getting here is, do you want to be with somebody that is going to project that energy? Okay, that's pretty much what I'm feeling here. So I hope that helps. Um, I do feel it would be more their energy. And again, as long as you're in a balanced place and you're in a place of acceptance and you're in a place of wanting to create that open and loving relationship, that is what you're going to create. And I don't feel the energy that anybody needs to be in a place of being jealous. However, I do feel it would be more on their side, simply because, especially by, I guess, listening to what I'm saying here, you won't be creating the energy of yourself being in that place. So I hope that helps. Yeah, I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity. It's really truly about manifestation. So uh let's go on to, I believe Sandra is next. And you're so welcome, Kay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So Sandra wants to know if she should pursue a career in human resources or computer analyzing.
Okay. Okay. So you know what, Sandra, I really liked the idea of, human resources, because I do feel that you like people. I do feel that you want to be there to really help and direct them in some way. The other thing that's coming in, though, is that with computer, like a computer analyst, especially if you're deciding to maybe head into this possibly before, as we talked about before, retirement, if you're still planning, especially on that retirement at the end, you know what, computer analyzing might not be such a bad idea, simply because it takes you away from people. So I'm not getting, let me just listen for a second, okay? Okay, so so what I hear from your guides is they're really saying to me, you've kind of had enough of people to some degree. Like you've had, like, you're sort of up to here, especially, with this last year, these last few months that you've been dealing with a lot of people. Um, I just need to ask you a question though. Is computer analyst, is that going to be a little bit more schooling, or are you going to be able to finish it up in the time period that, you had thought about making it that time period. I kind of feel this is what I get here is that with computer analyzing, there might be more of an extension between the time that you want to leave your job. So if you're still planning on leaving your job, I'm getting that computer analyst may extend further than you would like it to go. Like, I don't feel that maybe you'd be quite ready for the retirement at that point. With human resources, I do get that you may possibly be really thinking about retirement come, that time period that you're done. Like, I think it's 18 months or 17 months or something like that. I'm just trying to listen and seeing what else I'm getting here. She says, yes, I need a break. Okay. Yeah, I really get that you need a break. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to lie here. Okay. No more schooling. Okay. That's good. I kind of just feel that not wanting to retire because computers would be an easy job that she would want to do. Yeah, that's exactly it, Naomi. That's pretty much what I'm feeling is that she may want to stay with the computer, analyst, even after that time period. So that's what I'm picking up. Like, she might enjoy it more, or because it's away from people and not really giving her so much of a headache, I guess would be the best way to say it, that she might extend it. That's not guaranteed. I mean, that's going to be your choice, but you may want to extend that afterward. I really kind of get that computer analyst, if you can get into that field, doing doing that job, I do feel that might be the way to go, simply because I do feel that you might be at that place where you're just sort of tired. You're tired of people. You've been dealing with a lot of crap, and I don't know if it would be much better. Here's the thing with you, Sandra, is that you got a beautiful and kind and caring heart, and you're somebody that can really direct and guide people. Would you be okay with both jobs? Yeah, absolutely. I do feel that. But the other part that's really coming in is that with the computer analyst, it would sort of take you away from, I guess, dealing with other people's problems, or whatever, junk that they're throwing at you, instead of being in that place of trying to fix everything. Even though with computer analysts, of course, you're fixing things, but you're fixing a computer rather than a person, right? Which can probably be a lot easier. And so that's what I feel. That's what I feel. Aw, Nami, that's so sweet. So Nami says, I'm glad my reading was right. I love when Kathy confirms my readings, so I know I got it. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. I do feel that computer analyst might be the way to go. And I really do. Like, you would be great with people, but you're just done. I think you're just done. And, I really feel here too, is it's time to focus in on Sandra rather than focusing in on everybody around Sandra and trying to fix everybody. I feel like you're in a place now where, you know what, karmically, that's what I hear. Karmically, you're good. Okay. Karmically, you are in a place where you don't no longer need to be the fixer all the time. I hope that makes sense. And yeah, I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps. So yeah, I truly appreciate you coming on, but I hope that would be, yeah, I think that's it. It's where I'm gonna leave it. It's weird not having Brandon here because I'm so used to, like, hey Brandon, on to you. but I really do mean that. I do feel like that would be the better way to go. So I'm just typing in here. And yeah, we can put Jenny onto the list. Michelle.
We're down here. Perfect. Okay, so I believe Nami is up next. And I hope I'm correct. I believe that was a general reading.
Yes, it is. Okay. Maybe just give me 1 second here. Let me just tap into your energy. Okay. I need time for me. You do need time for you, Sandra. Like, it's time for you to enjoy you. That's really what I get now. You've been, you've been the mother, you've been the wife, you've been there for everybody. It's time to just focus in on you now, and what it is that you enjoy, and the things that, just the day to day. You know what, sometimes just the day to day grind is okay when you get to a certain stage, right? You can create your own excitement, but the pressure isn't coming from others, I guess, in that sort of way. All right, Nami. Whew, girl, you've got a lot of first thing I feel with you is I feel like a real tightness with the chest, like you're trying to remain calm is what I get. Like you're trying to remain calm. Anxiety, yeah, that's exactly it. I kind of feel like you should almost go to the gym and hit a punching bag or something like that, or just, find an old barn and hit the side of it a couple of times without hurting yourself, obviously. There's a lot of, anxiety, some anger in there. It really feels like there's a lot of pressure. I don't feel like this is internal pressure. Like, I don't feel like it's things that feel drained but frustrated at the same time. Have you guys moved yet, or what's going on with your home? Because I do feel like there might be some sort of, again, another delay for some reason. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. Or are you guys in there now, if you don't mind answering? Yeah. So when I'm looking at the energy here, tomorrow, septic and electric. Okay, hopefully it's this week. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know if just give me a second, because I do feel that there's something important coming through here, and I apologize for the delay on something. Okay. Okay, they come up with something else. Okay, I get it. All right. Don't kill the messenger, okay? On this. So the energy I'm receiving here is there's a couple of things going on, and I'm going to, try to explain them as easy as I possibly can. So first of all, when it comes to the house and everything like that, I do feel that there is a reason for the delays. And I do feel that something about this is having to do with your patience. But there's something also on another end here that you may have to end. And I feel like this could have to do with, some sort of family relations or something along that line. I don't know if this has to do with particular people within your environment, or I don't feel that they're particularly directly around you. It may be extensions of that to some degree, but something needs to end. And I'm really getting here that there needs to be some sort of patience with this, but it how do I explain this? It's like the reason for this patience and the reason why you're getting all of this frustration, especially with the property, is simply because of the fact that there's how do I explain this? I'm trying to find the right words, and I'm really, really struggling with them. Not because I'm not getting the words. It's like trying to explain an entire story, and I'm having trouble with that. So what your guides are saying here is that this patience is going to be rewarded. So let's start off with this. Okay. The patience will be rewarded, but I do feel that you're going through this patience simply because of the fact that there needs to be stronger boundaries built around you. And I feel like you're starting to recognize these boundaries that are needing to happen. I feel like your patience and your energy has really been tested and pushed and, really brought to a point where you're starting to realize, look, I don't need to be the nice guy all the time. I don't need to be in this place where I'm getting kicked in the arse all the time. I don't need to be, in this place where I'm receiving this external energy in such a frustrating way. And it really feels like, again, that patience being tested, not that you've already haven't been tested enough, but it feels like some things need to close up. And I don't know exactly what that is around you, but there may be some relationships that it's not so much that you're ending them, but you're like, okay, you know what? Here's my boundary. Here's my glass wall, and you are not bringing that crap or that stuff onto my new property. Right? Like it feels like you're trying to, it feels like spirit is saying, we're going to shut this down so that that energy can't be brought to the place that you're going to be making a home out of. The new energy, like the energy on your property is to be you and Miguel and your children and your own happiness. No other energy from, and of course your sister and things like that, like the good and positive energy, Jenny, Sandra, all of them, they can come onto your property, but it feels like there's other things here that you have to remove and get rid of, simply because of the fact that it needs to be removed. Oh, and Michelle, Mamie is Namie. Sorry, I should mention that. She's just under
I caught
Mamie's
on.
list.
No worries.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, and as Michelle says, vocalize it and leave it at the door before you get into your new place. That's exactly it. It's like, remove that energy so that it is not going to interfere with your new environment, because that environment, I think I've said it similar to this before, that is to be sacred. This is going to be your home. This is going to be your your future, you and Miguel's future, and you don't want any of that BS following you onto that property. So that's what I really get. I hope that helps. I hope that kind of gives you some clarity. But that's really what I'm getting. And it's hard, especially if it does have to do, I think either Jenny or Sandra said your mother, especially when it's a mother energy. I'm I'm sure Michelle deals with that shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But I'm hopefully joking. But anyway, yeah. But no, just sometimes you just got to say it and let it be. And um being that it's my mom, it's tough, and more so because I'm staying with her. So it's like, do I bite my tongue or go off on her? Find the balance in there. I would start though, especially if it has to do with your family, that she's criticizing or that it's coming towards. Definitely cut off that energy. Okay. Because that's not necessary. You don't need to sit, nobody has that right to sit there and criticize your spouse or anything like that, unless they're like beating on you or doing something, on a negative manner. But, it's definitely setting your boundaries, or if it's against your kids or something like that, that's where you have to shut that shit down. right? And that's okay to do. So if it's towards you, you can be, that's up to you. It depends on what you want to take into the future, right? But setting those boundaries, putting up those walls, that's okay. That's okay. You know what? If somebody wants to be left as a cranky old woman with no family, she's putting herself into that position. That's not up to us to be in that place of coddling, or sometimes people tend to think, oh, when they get to a certain age, or they think that they deserve a certain amount of respect, but they haven't earned that respect, or they haven't earned that position really, when they've to be saying the things that they think that they're allowed to say. So and I love what Michelle just said. Remember that having boundaries is the most compassionate thing you can do. Absolutely, it truly is. So I love that. Thank you, Michelle. That was beautiful. So I hope that gave you some clarity on me. Yeah. Jenny called it too. See, Jenny, look at her go. And the funny thing is that we usually know it, but we just need that confirmation. We just need that confirmation. Sometimes we need the confirmation to be a bitch, right? We need that okay to be like, is it okay if I kind of come off as a bitch? Like, because we might think that it's harsh energy or whatever, but it's really not, especially when everybody else around you is feeling
I
it
think
as
that
well.
there's a lot of very gentle ways to set boundaries too. It can be as simple as, I accept you for this, and I understand you're this, but I cannot accept this, and that's all it has to be.
Exactly. And, again, just I just feel like that's going to be important. It's funny because I've been kind of playing with the cards a little bit, here too. And, normally I don't really use cards when I'm doing the readings on the live show. Sometimes I'll bring them out, but it was funny because the 10 of Swords came through, and it's really like, closing a chapter in order to begin a new chapter. And I feel like that is really what needs to happen here. Closing one chapter to go to the next. It's really going to be up to her to be a part of your life. And it's okay to have it's okay to have that, to say to them, look, it is going to be up to you and how you behave, whether or not you're going to be included in my future. Right? That's okay. And you know what? I'm going to be getting back into them at the beginning of the year. So the card readings. So thank you so much for saying that. And I truly appreciate that. Hey, Donna, thanks for joining us. And anybody else that's new, please remember to read the banner up at the going across the screen here, because that will really save a lot of our voices. All the information that you need to know in regards to doing the readings on the channel today is going across the banner up at the top. So, and thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, so I hope that helped, Naomi. I truly do. And I believe that Miguel is next. Am I right?
Yep, that's correct. Was that also a general reading, or do you have his question?
I believe it was a general reading. Yeah, I think Miguel was a general reading. Okay.
Okay, sorry, Miguel, if you and Naomi, at the beginning, but I was just told it was general. So
yeah, it's okay.
If I'm incorrect, give me help. Okay.
I'm just reading what Naomi posted here. She says she's talked lies and negativity behind our back and in front of our face. So I will definitely take this advice and reading and put it into action. I really feel like that's going to be necessary, and it will change the dynamic. She's probably not going to like it, but you know what? Bottom line is it's your life, right? That's what's going to, come out of it. Love you too. And thank you again so much for, just everything. Miguel. Hey, Adam, how's it going? It's good to see you. Happy holidays to you, Adam. Great to have you here. Miguel, it's interesting because sometimes with you and Amy, sometimes I kind of get messages ahead of time for you. And it'll be like before the show. Sometimes your names will just pop into my head or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what this is about, Miguel. So just give me a second to really tap in, because the first image I saw of you earlier today, and I don't know what the hell that had to do with. So, I mean, if it means anything to you, you can definitely tell me. And maybe I've mentioned this before, but I saw a horse, like something about a horse. And it feels like something about, it's almost like the image of, okay. It's interesting. I'm really getting a Knight of Swords energy here. And when, that's presented to me in the tarot card and it's coming through as an energy, when we have that Knight of Swords, so this is somebody charging ahead. And I don't know exactly what you're charging ahead with or for. It might be the fact that you're singularly focused. Like it might be that you're focused in on something. This could have to do, with the property. It could have to do with work, or I kind of feel like you're trying to distract yourself from things around you. And you might be singularly focused or charging ahead on something. So the interesting thing is with the Knight of Swords, he always gets things done, but he does charge straight ahead. And sometimes he doesn't look side to side, and he tends to sort of block out all of that energy because he's so focused on moving forward. Does that make any sense to you? Because I kind of feel like that is your energy at the moment. And it simply could be because of the fact that you're trying to block out the energies that are surrounding you. This could have to do, with your mother-in-law, maybe some other things that are going on around you. Sandra, the knight in shining armor. I love that. Yeah. Well, in a way, that's kind of true, right? That's exactly what the Knight of Swords represents. It is that knight of, knight in shining armor, because you're focused in on trying to, get the land finished, or you're trying to get all of the pieces moving. You're also trying to, help clear the energy for Naomi and probably for your kids and for yourself. So you're sort of, taking charge. You're wanting to just get things better, and you can't wait to, move ahead and get out of the things that are surrounding you at that moment. So the problem is, the only problem that I actually see, and I really feel like it's a real minor one, is the fact that as you're charging ahead and trying to get all of these other things done, you're neglecting something within yourself. Okay. I do feel that this could have to do, again, with the mother-in-law. You may need to stand up too, and you may also need to be that force behind Naomi. A lot of times family members will push at one family member because they know they can get away with it. But as soon as that spouse stands up or somebody else comes in, they know it's not taking power away from Naomi. What it is doing is it is adding to that energy of, you cannot push her. She can stand on her own, but we are coming in as a dual force. And sometimes that needs to happen. It doesn't mean to, get violent or anger or scream or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But it's letting, sometimes people, especially if they're very manipulative, they will play on one person because they know they can get away with it. And as soon as they realize, like, especially once Naomi stands up to her or puts those barriers and boundaries up, she may try to find another way to weasel her way in, and that could have to do with you. So that's really what I'm getting, is like it's coming in as a dual force, like a force of unity. And And so basically what your guides are saying here is it's great to focus in on the land, focus in on what it is that needs to be done, but make sure that you're also looking side to side and seeing if there's things that you can help with your own healing, your own stress relief, your own anxiety, your own, things that may help move this process along, because if she can get at one of you, she's going to try to get at the other one, especially once a door is closed. So, when a door is closed, people always try and find another way in, right? Especially like a little mouse or a snake or something like that. They'll go under that door. And exactly. And as Michelle's saying here, what's in the dark really needs to come to light so it can be fixed. I love that. And then, Miguel has confirmed here, she comes to me when Nami stays away from her. Don't let her. You know what? It's kind of like blocking off that energy. Block off that energy and say, you know what? This issue is between you and Nami, but I don't appreciate you talking to my wife in that way. And it's interesting because a lot of times we feel that we have to, especially men, they feel like they have to come in and take over, or be the defender or be that white knight. But a lot of times as women, we just really want that person to be beside us. That's it. We just want to know that we have their support, that we can do most of the talking, we can do most of the defending. We just want that support behind us. And so when she tries to get to you, shut it down. Say, this is between you and Amy. Done. But I do support my wife and I don't appreciate, but if she does talk to you or the kids in a particular fashion that's not appealing to you, absolutely shut it down, because now you're defending your children and you're defending yourself. And that's going to be super important. So it's really good that you're focusing in on the things to help clear out the situation, but it is going to be important to look side to side as well and really pay attention to what needs to happen. And sometimes what you can do is just even ask Amy beforehand, just say what would help in this situation. Is there something maybe particularly that you want me to say, or is there something in particular that you want me to do? A lot of times, again, as sometimes men, they don't ask that of their partner, they just sort of take over. Ooh, did you see that flying around my screen? I don't know if you guys saw that. It was like this great big white orb thingy that just kind of went shoo. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but that was pretty cool.
I didn't see it, but I want to look back.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Yeah, so I really, I truly hope that has given you a sense of clarity or something like that. I'm so focused on that orb now, so that was weird, because you know what, we usually I kind of look at orbs or things as dust. I mean, I did paranormal investigation. Do it again, Adam says. I can't do it again, but rewind it, because it was so cool. It was literally just like flying behind me, and then it kind of went right in front of my face. And I've actually never seen that when I've been doing a video before. So that was pretty cool. So I hope that gave you some sense of clarity, Miguel. I truly do. Otherwise, I do hear from your guides that everything is going full force the way it's supposed to go. And again, I keep feeling like things are going to clear up for you. They really are. It's just that matter of getting on to that land. But I do feel this was important, especially on Amy's end, to have that energy cleared, or at least, again, the boundaries put up. So yeah, I hope that helped. So everybody that's tuning in, we do have, if you read the banner at the bottom of the screen, again, make sure that you are a subscriber. Make sure that you are watching on either I can't talk today. Make sure that you're watching on the Oracle Intuitions channel on YouTube. Michelle cannot see the messages that are coming through on Facebook or the I Want to Believe channel. We won't be doing the lottery readings today simply because it's just Michelle and I here today. And, you know, we will get into the lottery readings next week, probably when Brandon's back or the next time Brandon's back. But all the information is going across the bottom of the screen. So I hope that that helps. So next is Andrea.
Are you ready for Andrea?
Yeah.
Sorry, it just glitched out for a second there. Andrea is a Pisces, and her question is what her spirit guides want her to know in general, I guess.
Okay. Andrea, just give me 1 second here. Oh, so Adam said he did rewind it and he said that was really cool. Yeah, like I've never seen that before. That was pretty neat. It was kind of cool how that orb just sort of, and it kind of went, I think, right in front of me too. But I never saw anything with my, you know, my eyes. It was just, I just saw it on the screen. That kind of surprised me. Andrea, I feel like there's some sense of a, in general, a general reading, I feel like there is a little bit of a sense of a frustration with you as well here. You know, I really get that there's a lot of frustration with some people on the show today. And this has nothing to do, I don't feel like, you know, the universe is saying everybody be in a place of frustration. I feel like this is more of an opportunity to really release a lot of energy, as we talked about at the beginning of the show. I really feel that things are coming to the surface for a reason. It's to clear us out, you know, especially to begin this new year. It's really interesting with you, Andrea, because first of all, usually I really love your energy. Like you've always just got such a positive, upbeat, energetic feel about you. And I do feel that, but it feels as though, I almost feel as though you're putting on a brave face, if that makes any sense. You know, it's like you're smiling on the inside, but something's hurting you a little bit on the on the inside. And I'm not sure if does that make any sense to you, Andrea? If you can just kind of confirm, because it feels as though there's an energy here of some sort of disappointment or some sense of frustration. What I'm getting from your guides, though. Okay. So first of all, you have a really big guide that just stepped up behind you. And they want you to know. Just give me a second because I got to listen here. Just sorry about this. Okay, so this guide that's showing up behind you, he's really, really tall. It's interesting because he's also telling me here that he sometimes gives you hugs from behind. Like he'll grab you from behind and kind of give you a hug. And it sort of helps with your energy because it does bring about your energy. It helps you to get into that place of happiness. So I don't know if you've ever actually felt, you know, this guide hugging you, because you know it's almost like he comes up behind you, gives you this great big hug. It sort of lifts up your spirits, it lifts up your energy, your vibration, all of that. The energy that you're going through right now. So what they're saying here, especially with the frustration I was just reading in the love life, something about this is all coming to pass. Like this is all necessary energy. And I feel like it's the other person that needs to clear out some things. It's a very slow energy. It's a frustrating energy. It's almost as though they can't figure out what the hell they're doing half the time. They're in, they're out, all of that stuff. They're going to figure it out, is what I get. The first thing I'm hearing is they're going to figure it out. But it almost feels as though right now, Andrea, are you in school? I can't remember if this is you that's in school or something about this, because it really feels as though there's something that needs to be done first, or there's something that needs to be cleared off first before all of this can come together. It almost feels as though there's puzzle pieces. I don't know. Again, I don't know if what this had to do with. It may not be school. It's just, it just feels like there's puzzle pieces that need to come together in order for all of this to form the exact picture of what it is that you want. So there are still some things that need to be released. Okay. I'm going to say this so that I'm not so confusing for you. Okay. There are things from this other person that still need to be worked on and released. It's almost as though they're not quite in that place yet that they can give a full relationship to what it is that you're seeking. And it only needs a little bit more time. Like I do feel over this next month, you're going to start to really see a lot of changes within this person. Can you just give me their birth sign again, if you don't mind? Because I really get some sort of energy here, like they're about to go through some sort of evolution, some sort of change that might be a little bit more frustrating for you for the next couple of weeks. But I don't feel that this is going to be a lasting energy. It feels as though they're going to, it's like they snap. She says she gets it. Okay. Trying to release Greg's energy. Okay. And he's a Pisces too. The thing is that especially with Pisces, okay, because Pisces, and we've talked about this, Pisces can absorb so much energy. They can be very empathic, they can be very intuitive, but if they don't have the, I guess, the training or somebody nurturing to help them through these empathic abilities, they can get really effed up in the head. Right? And so what I'm getting here is that you are to stay, like, do stay. Like I feel like what Greg is going through is trying to figure out that next step, where he's trying to do a lot of releasing. It's almost as though he's absorbing so much of his of energy that's going on around him that he doesn't really know exactly what to do with it, and it can kind of send him into this place where he does get very frustrated, or he can be very frustrating, or he can be very confusing with that energy. It's almost like he's also in that place of do I, don't I, do I, don't I want this, but I want this. But the bottom line is that he wants you, and he does want to be in this relationship. So it's almost as though release the energy of the frustration that he's giving to you at this moment. Kind of just focus in on you, yourself, all of that stuff, and you will see those changes happen. I do feel that because of that empathic and that bond that the both of you have with each other, you are absorbing some of that negative, let's say, star junk that he's carrying around, right? And so you're feeling it as well. So if you put up your barriers, if you put up your blocks in regards to him, kind of just focus in on who you are, what it is that you need to let go of, all of that stuff, you will see those changes really happen, because it will allow him to balance. Right now, he's also feeling your energy, you're feeling his energy. So you guys are like a seesaw, up and down, up and down. And when you close off that energy to him, it allows him to just sort of fix himself. And you will see that the balance, Greg, will come forward more so than the erratic energy that he's displaying at this moment. So I hope that that makes sense. It is frustrating, but as soon as you're not going to ruin the tie between you, or you're not going to ruin the bond between you. A lot of times we tend to think, if I close off this energy, or if I just focus in on me and I'm not focusing on them, they're going to find somebody else, or they're going to do this, and they're going to forget about me and all of that stuff. But it's actually the opposite that's true. Is once you close off that energy, it allows them to just work on them, and you will see them come forward. Okay. So that's exactly what I got from that. I hope that that helps. Did you get anything, Michelle?
That one was tricky. I definitely resonated with what you said about the seesawing kind of effect that they were having on each other. Sometimes you kind of feel like you want to bear the weight of a burden with somebody, but you actually just end up making that two people, So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that helped, Andrea. And definitely we will say hi to Brandon and Michelle. She thanks you too. So that's so sweet. Thank you so much, Andrea. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I actually didn't see the other orb. I didn't see it. I saw that Sandra had mentioned that maybe it was a father energy. That's interesting. I try not to tune in, to deceased people for myself, just simply because I think with my own energy, I may not read it right. And,
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah. You kind of have your own assumptions, or you have your own junk that goes on. And, so as much as you're trying to hear the messages, I think your own brain starts misinterpreting things. And it might be that, maybe I'm hearing this, maybe I'm not hearing this. I'm not really sure. So I kind of just, I don't ever focus on, people that have passed over for myself, but I do feel sometimes that, I've had readings, or I've had people that are also psychic or empathic come to me and say, hey, does this resonate with you? Because I literally just heard this and I'll be like, yes. So I'm glad that the messages will still come through, but so I'm going to listen to what she had to say on that because, I didn't see the second orb. I just saw the first one, but I thought that that was pretty wild. That was pretty definite on that one. So next up is Will.
Okay. So Will is a Taurus, and the question is, what will these last 2 weeks of December be like, and what should I focus on? What should I be focusing on?
Okay. Just give me a sec, Will. Okay. So I'm really getting these messages coming through here. I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you, but I feel like it may. It's like, be ready, get prepared, get your get your shit in order. Mentally, physically, all of that. It feels like there is a huge okay, so I'm hearing the word empowerment coming through. A huge shift that's about to come in. It's like tying up the loose ends. So tie up the loose ends of things that you might be hanging on to, things that you need to work on releasing. It's almost like work on your own, your own room, bedroom, clean up. it's really like, okay, that's exactly it. You've been preparing. So I feel like you've also already been listening, but it feels like it's like, this is the time, like, clear up what you can in your environment. Okay, like whether it's, cleaning up physically, like physically cleaning, whatever. But it really feels like if there's things that you're still hanging on to, or disappointments, or some sort of past resentments, it's like this is the time to, clear out that closet, clear out all those skeletons, clear out all of that shit, because things are about to switch. And that's what and you don't want to be stuck in old energy. And that's what I really keep picking up. It's almost like you're about to head into a new frontier, right? Like Star Trek here, going into the new frontier. But this is that time to prepare. I hear something about bills as well. Clearing up bills, what you can. I don't know if you've been doing that, or if you've been trying to, save money towards doing that, or something along that line. But I keep hearing something about bills as well, like time to pay what you can towards the bills, or if there's a bill that's like sitting around that you haven't gotten to quite yet, maybe go do that. Like, this is that time that you should be doing that. I'm also getting here, go through your closet and literally throw out the crap that you're no longer needing, where, like, literally your life is about to switch. It's about to change, especially if you allow it, and especially if you have the room for it, if that makes any sense. Like, it feels like there's it feels like, this even could be an addition to wardrobe. It could be getting, a new person coming through, or not a new person, but that emotional connection becoming stronger for you. Bills, and he says, I've been catching up on it. Yeah, like, keep doing so. It just feels as though it's like you're leaving everything that you once were in the past, and you're now moving forward again into this new frontier, into this new dimension, into this new energetic vibration. And it is going to, like, rock your world. Like, you're going to be in shock when you look back 3 months from now. You're going to go, oh, well, damn, I'm glad I cleared that shit up, because exactly, getting ready for the next chapter of life. And the next chapter of life is going to be pretty damn amazing. I mean, you're still, we still have the normal, crap that we deal with, but things are about to change. Things are about to really be bumped up. I'm also getting here, and this is going to be interesting, because I do want to hear from you. I don't feel like this could be right away, but this could be going into something about an offer. And I feel like this could have to do with, like, career, the wrestling, something like that. It almost feels as though something is going to be presented to you. I don't know if it's going to include money, or I don't know exactly what it is, but there's some sort of offer that's, I feel that's coming through, that may be also to help bump up, especially within the career. And I feel like it may come out of the blue. Like, it's just an offer that comes out of the blue. I don't know if it's from somebody that you already know, or if it's going to be, something that you've been maybe working towards. But it almost feels as though there could be, like, maybe a contract or an offer of some sort that could be coming in. Again, I don't know if it's going to be right away. I do actually, I feel like it could be with wrestling. I'll be honest with you. I do feel like it could be wrestling. But I feel like that's why it's also going to be important to have the old cleared off. And then, you're going to be allowing this new thing. You're also going to be in that place of being able to accept this new thing coming through. And that's going to make a huge difference for you. Which angel number is it that you've been seeing? Michelle was asking. Or is it numbers that you've been seeing? Because especially if it's the repeating numbers, it's I believe I had posted something about that on Instagram with some of the basic numbers, from 111 or 1111, and then 222, that sort of thing. And I think there is I did put a chart of that on my Instagram if you guys want to check it out. A lot of angel numbers. So it could be coming in as to, just paying attention as to what it is that you need to focus on at that moment, especially like with 1111. When we do see that, it's like that reminder of us to focus in on the things that we truly want rather than, negative energy. It's like that reminder, okay, things are going to go positive, but we have to focus in and allow that energy to come through. And you've been getting compliments of how good you've been doing. Yeah, I feel like somebody just coming forward with some sort of contract or some sort of offer. Again, I don't know exactly when it is, but I do feel it coming forth. So I hope that gave you some clarity. Keep up the meditation. Okay. The meditation is what's really helping you, and it's connecting you to your guides. It's connecting you to that higher self. And it's interesting because I do feel that you've tapped into that higher self energy already, and you're allowing it to come forth. And I feel like it's interesting because what your guides are saying is that because you've tapped into that higher energy, vibration, you're now allowing that story to come to play rather than the other story that was sort of playing in the background from other things that should have been released a while back. Okay. And I don't, again, with people of interest, like as far as relationships go, I don't know what's going on with that one person that we did mention, I believe Jamie, but I just feel like right now this is going to be more important at this time, is the clearing out of things, because I still feel that natural progression of somebody coming through. It may again start as that friendship or be in that friendship mode. I'm not exactly sure where you guys are or what is happening here, but it really feels like actually I'm hearing from your guides, be very clear about what you want for a relationship, because there may be more than one that's coming through. Okay. You don't want to draw in the wrong energy. Be very, very clear, because I feel like there could be like from here, here. Like I get multiple feminine energy coming through. I don't know if there's going to be particularly one. However, if you're looking for that long-term relationship, again, be very clear of what it is that you want to draw through, because you could, especially as you're rising up in the wrestling field or getting more notice, there may be energies coming through that you do not want to have attached to you. Okay. So, and yes, more than one. There could be more than one. Again, it may not be that, they're falling at your feet or anything like that, but, there could be more than one that is paying attention or that you may notice. So be very specific about what it is that you want for a relationship moving into the future. I feel like that's going to be important. So I hope that gave you some sort of clarity. And I also hope too, like it was kind of nice to kind of get that confirmation, like the fact that you are clearing things out. It's almost like because you're tapping into that higher energy, it's like, you already know this, right? You already have been told, you've been getting those feelings toward it. So keep following it, especially during the meditation. You will start to really hear the messages coming through. And it's definitely, as Michelle says, it's good to have options. Definitely. So I believe that unless I've missed anyone, I believe that Jenny is our last one today. Yeah, and exactly. If you want a long-term meaningful relationship, Will, this is where, because you're in a manifestation phase, okay? You're allowing yourself to manifest, you're doing the meditation, you're reaching into your higher self. This is the time. This is the time to really be focused on what it is that you desire out of a long-term relationship. Because a lot of times, especially if we're getting attention, we tend to focus just on the attention, but we're not focusing in on what that long-term result could come from it. So I feel like this is going to be very important for you. So, yeah. And then guys, I think that what we'll do is we will do Jenny's and then we're going to close it down for the night. Simply because, it's our first day back after a couple weeks. We will try to come back again, next week at a regular time. I just want to, talk to Brandon, see where he's at. If not, I might be able to come on during the week. We just, with it again, going into Christmas season, things might be a little bit wacky. I am going to be trying to do the December readings. So I would like to have the horoscope readings for the beginning of December for the month of January. And I will be posting those, I believe, over the next week or so. So I would like to get back into the weekly readings. We just, with everything going on, it's just been hard to keep up with them. If you want a personal reading, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. You can contact Brandon at thedreamteacher.com. You can also contact me on Facebook or Instagram. And again, thanks so much to everybody watching. And what is Jenny's question?
Oh, okay. So Jenny is Sagittarius, and the question is, what can I look forward to in the next 6 months?
Oh, goodness. Okay. Jenny, just give me a second. All right. First card coming, like first image I get coming through. Because you guys know, I sometimes see things like in tarot cards or however it is that they decide to present themselves to me. I keep, it's interesting because I keep seeing the sun actually, and it feels as though things, you've had a long year, Jenny. You've gone through a lot of personal discoveries, I believe, within yourself. You've gone through a lot of real internal balancing. You've gone through a lot of energy here that it's like you have a more direct path, or you have a general, how do I say this? It's like you're open up now to you're opened up to the doors opening up, if that makes any sense. Before, you were sort of in an energy of like closing the doors, getting rid of things from the past, getting rid of things that, where it was like you were becoming more solid within yourself, but having to release a lot of past energy and things, even current energy, trying to change a lot of things that just needed to be really changed. But now here's the thing, you're being shown here that the path is up to you. And I don't mean that to be general, because it's going to get more clear as I continue talking here. But it's almost as though like that Two of Wands energy, where it's now time to make those decisions for ourselves. Here's the thing, at the end of each of these paths, I am being shown the Sun card. So when the Sun card comes through, as long as we're following our own heart, our own desires, our own integrity, our own morals, all of those things, we will start really allowing that path to open. So what I get from you, it feels as though there's a energy of stronger relationships around you. This doesn't need to be particularly only just romantic. I feel that it's almost as though you're bonding with the right people. You're forming those, it's like those soul bonds that you know that already existed around you are going to become deeper. I really feel here that you're going to also be in a place where there's a lot of, there's a stronger vulnerability within you, allowing yourself to bring down the energy of things that could have possibly affected or hurt you in the past. But because of the fact that you've built yourself up from that inside out and really allowed yourself to have that deeper insight within who you are, the vulnerability doesn't affect you as much. It's like a natural vulnerability. It's like allowing yourself to naturally bond with the people that you're supposed to be bonding with. I can't, now this is interesting. I don't know what your job is. I don't know if we ever discussed that. I do feel that there may be either a change or a switch within your job. Now, this could have to do with like a promotion or something like that. But it just feels as though there could be a career either advancement or change that's coming through here. Does that make any sense? I don't know if this is something that you've been wanting or trying to get or trying to create already. Maybe you can just confirm that, because I do get something about, it's like an increase in funds that come to you. So this could have to do with an external source as well, but it just feels as though your funds or your personal finances in some way increase. But I also get here that it's not just going to be because they just decide to come in. It feels as though you're working towards something, or something is going to, I don't know if this is a business or job, career. I don't know exactly what this is. But I do feel some sort of change within your financial status for the positive. Oh, okay. Been looking to do divination. I open a net, see it. There you go. Okay. Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Really work on that, because it feels as though not only is this going to be extremely positive for you, there's a lot of there's a lot when I say this, it's probably not going to come out the way I want it to be. There's a lot of learning that is going to come from this. And I don't mean that you need to learn. I mean, basically, it's like you're going to increase your already natural intuition. Okay. So that's basically what I'm saying. Like, you're going to be learning more about your natural intuition. It's going to go higher and higher and higher and higher just by doing this store. I do feel like this Etsy store is going to be very positive. It is going to, again, really increase your finances. It just feels like something is about to, switch, where the finances are going to become really positive here. I mean, I'm not going to say, you're going to be a millionaire or anything like that. I'd love to be able to tell somebody that. I don't have that gift to do so, but it does feel like there's going to be a massive increase within your finances is what I'm getting here. You're also going to be making some really strong connections through this store. I do feel that. And again, that could have to do with that, where that vulnerability is coming through. But you're going to also be able to place the boundaries where you need to place the boundaries, especially, because of scammers and just people that are, doing their nonsense, but you'll be able to recognize them very, very quickly. You know what? Here's the thing, Jenny. When we say I'm more into the spiritual side than the money, don't diss the money. And I'm going to tell you why. Especially when it comes to spiritual things. A lot of it, that's kind of like, you don't want to put the energy out there. It's like a mechanic. If a mechanic was to say, I just love cars and I love working on them, you know what? He would have a lineup of people around his block with everybody wanting just free work on their cars. right? It's the same thing for spiritual. And when people say, oh, we shouldn't be charging for spiritual, or we shouldn't be doing this for spiritual, or, I want just the spiritual side, there's a lot of energy out there that you are going to be very grateful at the fact that at the end of dealing with that energy, that there's a reward of some sort for you, whether it's a small exchange or a larger exchange, whatever, that's nobody's business. But absolutely do not sell yourself short. Okay. Absolutely. Here's the thing. And as Michelle says, equivalent exchange. That's exactly it. A lot of times I've seen some readers that are brand new that will go on and they'll be like, oh, I'm going to charge $150 an hour, so that I can read the book from the tarot cards and just tell them I'm going to pull a card and read a book. Seriously, lady? And then I've seen readers, that are very good, that are like, no, I'm only going to charge this amount, but now I can't pay my bills and I'm really suffering in money and I got to borrow money because I'm not charging enough for my readings, but I'm putting out all this energy. Okay. Never put yourself in a place, even ask your guides. If you're on a spiritual side, your guides will guide you towards that, the amount that you should be asking for. And you can always start off lower and raise it up. But there are going to be people that if you are charging lower, I'm telling you something, the best advice, and I'm just going to end it with this. The best advice that I ever got was from somebody who, really helped me when it came to the paranormal field. And it was interesting because him and his girlfriend were, he was a reader. And, we used to go around the city and we would find paranormal hotspots that he knew of. And I would read, for him and tell him exactly what I was picking up. And because he already knew the area and all that stuff. But anyway, one of the things that he said to me, really stuck in my mind. And he said, and he's like, I don't work for less than X amount of dollars, and it was a fairly high price. And he goes, but first of all, I worked really damn hard to get to where I am. And he goes, and second of all, I know that somebody's serious when they come to me and are willing to pay this. This isn't going to be just somebody, randomly freaking phoning me up, for $5 and then taking up an hour of my time. Time is money. And that's the thing that you have to remember, Jenny. Time is money. And the less that you're charging for people, and again, it doesn't mean to, charge an extravagant amount if you feel that you're not quite there yet, or, charge less when you're higher. Okay. Find that right balance. But it really is about, you will find that people, that are like, hey, do you do free readings? Do you give one free question per reading? Those are people that I don't, unless I'm on the live show, of course, obviously. Those are people I don't even talk to. And I'll tell you why, is because that one question turns into they try to make it an hour or 2 hours, or it's question after question after question after question. And now they've kind of stuck you into a place where, if you say, I'm not going to answer that, or here's my rate, or whatever it is, that's where they usually turn it around to oh, I'm just going to leave a bad review because, she didn't answer all of my questions, even though I haven't exchanged anything to get all of the questions that she's already answered. So that's, just be very, very cautious, with that, and, find that right balance. It really put it into exchanges, put it into time. If you're spending 15 minutes with somebody, make a time period for that. If you're spending half an hour with somebody, make a time period for that. Okay. And I feel like that will really help. And when you do start raising up your prices, do it slowly, so it's not you're not losing old customers, but you are also gaining new ones. So I truly hope that helps, because I do feel like this is going to be an amazing year for you as you're, going through, these next few months. You're really going to learn a lot of things, but they're going to be very positive and they are going to help with this business. So I hope that that's given you some clarity. I just want to say thanks to everybody for watching tonight. I don't know if Michelle, thank you so much. Are you there?
You're very welcome. Glad I could be here again.
It was wonderful to have you on. And
can you hear me?
What's that? Yeah, we can. It's a little bit jumpy, but that's okay. We heard you.
Got it.
Thank you guys so much. We will see you
next with you guys. So
yeah, it's awesome.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thanks, guys. Take care. We'll see you next week and have a good night.